I like being your client. I like being your customer. Sometimes I don't enjoy being people's customers. I'll be looking at my email like, oh my God, you're doing the most.
Yeah.
But not in the photo booth industry. I'm not trying to say that,
No,
I'm
there's
not trying to put
pretty
anybody
aggressive.
else out there, but I'm just saying in general, that's what I love about the photo booth industry is we are still mom and pops
Mhm.
businesses.
Yeah.
And, corporations are trying their hardest. And even the government is trying so hard to, you know, position themselves as a smaller entity, smaller business, more, let's connect. They're trying and they can't because their marketing team is huge and it's
Yeah.
got to go through all these channels and all these things. And it's like, and I know this from experience. I worked in the communications division for Health and Human Services. And it was like getting anything approved. I'm like, I just want to send an email,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
I spent
So,
4 years in a marketing group, and we direct marketed for drug companies to HCPs, so healthcare providers. And yeah, it's like
you get it.
1,000 hours of meetings just to say yes, we can send this email. Then they'd be like, "Oh, but we can't wait. Legal's got to review it."
Yep.
You're just like, "Oh man, the waste was just amazing. It was
Oh
mind."
my God, it drove me nuts. It
Yeah,
really, really drove me nuts. And on that vein, though, I would like to say this is there's so much money in the government for for marketing. And I just want to say that to people because you have local health and human services, and I'm talking tobacco, for example. Back in the 90s, people smoked cigarettes like crazy, and they had this massive, massive campaign where the government threw money at tobacco. And so, it's not the government that throws it. Tobacco is taxed on it, and they have to provide education. And so it goes back to your local public health. For example, every year they do an annual smoke out where people from all over the country quit smoking cigarettes and they have an event and
Hmm.
my small community, they had $20,000 that they needed to just use by the end of the year. And that's them saying, I have $20,000 in our budget. If we don't spend it, we don't get it next year. Can you spend it for me?" And I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah.